Great day, beautiful people. Michelle, the Central Shaman, back with you guys here for another Teach Tarot. And today we are going to be talking about the Ace of Wands. Okay, Ace of Wands. Now, I read wands as fire. Some people read wands as air. I read wands as fire, and especially with this Light Seers tarot deck, look at that. That looks like a spark of fire, right? So immediately, what I want us to look at today are six things, okay? The character in the card, the symbolism in the card, and then the story that this card is trying to tell us, the invitation, right? The energetic invitation of this card. And then we're going to look at a couple other things, which I'll dive into a little bit later. I'm sort of reading the card as multiple different aspects, like action as a situation, as an outcome. And then we're going to read the Ace of Wands in the reverse, okay? But first, let's think about the character. Now, what I love here is that this Ace of Wands actually does have a person in it. Generally, the Ace of Wands is just sort of shown as a stick of some sort, a wand of some sort, right? So we don't have a character in this one, but we're looking at the Light Seers Tarot today specifically. And so this person looks like they just had a bright idea, right? So if we're looking at what this is sort of, what this character is saying to us is that I got a bright idea, right? Fire is all about assertiveness. It's about vitality. It is movement, right? Which is why I do love this card, right? Movement, right? Eight of Wands tells us about a quick message coming and like all cylinders firing, right? And the very spark of this, right? It's the very spark of the inspiration, right? And then looking at the symbolism of this card, we have fire, right? Let's look at one aspect of this, right? We have fire in here. And what does fire tell us about? Fire is about destruction and starting anew, right? So transformation, we could say, is the symbolism, right? Fire is about transformation. Let's see what else. She's also very serene, right? It's almost like, for me, this card is feeling like an instant download, right? A revelation that comes upon you almost instantly. Okay, and then if we want to think about the story that this card tells, this is really interesting because it is a ace, right? So it is the beginning of this story of the suit of the wands. So before this, we could say that there may have been some stagnation, or there was just a death, and now we are ready for the rebirth. We are just in the cusp, right? We've just turned a corner, and now here we are again at square one, right? Ace one. And then if we're thinking about what happens after this card, right? We have to think about the before, the middle, and the after, right? What happens after this card is, okay, now how do we move from inspiration to tangible application, right? And then as an invitation, this card is asking us to find again our passion, right? To find again that spark of life, to find again that energy of the child, right? To have again some joy. It might even be speaking to us about anger, right? In its most volatile state, right? Because fire is also destructive, right? It blows through, right? Forest fires, if we're thinking about fire, right? But also fire creates transformation as well. There was something I said about fire once. I have a lot of fire and air in my chart. And it was like, fire is the only thing that creates as soon as it destroys, right? Like it's like, right, when you have wood, right, the fire it sucks all of the and y'all, I'm not a scientist, but it's sucking, you can see that it's like sucking the life out of the wood pieces in order to create warmth, right? So it's like, as I suck you dry, something else lives. And that is the potency of the magic of fire. Okay, now let's dive in. If you pulled this card, what is it telling you as an action? As an action, Ace of Wands is telling you to go with your first mind, go with your gut, go with the that first idea, right? How do I act? You act with some passion. You act with some with some oomph behind that, right? Like, come on now, don't go slow, right? Ace of Pentacles. The point is to go off of your instinct. As an action is telling us to go off of our instinct. Now, as a situation, right? What is this? If you're kind of, hey, what's going on between me and such, right? What's going on with me and my diet? What's going on with me and my mother? What's going on with me and my sister? Ace of Wands, if you pull that as a situation, I would say that Ace of Wands as a situation is tempers being flared. Now this, I would really get some more information. To be honest, I wouldn't just stop at the Ace of Wands because it's square one. So let's read it with something else. Ooh, there we go. Ooh, Ace of Wands and the Ten of Cups. Okay, if we're reading this together, somebody is excited to start their family. Let me put, oh yeah, because the card has some green in it, y'all, and I have a green screen. So as a situation, the Ace of Wands further clarified with the Ten of Cups. The situation is perhaps, ooh, you know what, I like this, the start of a new family legacy, right? Because Ten of Cups talks to us about happy family, all of us, kumbaya energy, you know what I mean? Complete emotional fulfillment, everyone listening and wanting to learn, listening to understand, joyfully creating a happy family, right? So if this is what comes out for your situation, the situation is divine, okay? So yeah, it's giving me happy family, new family legacy, right? The spark, right? The new vitality, the new chapter, the transformation of the home, right? Of your emotional well-being also, the Ten of Cups could say. Now, as advice, Ace of Wands. Again, it feels like the action, right? How do I act? Or Spirit, what's your advice here? How do I push through? And you pull the Ace of Wands. For some, one thing that I'm feeling is like rest. And I know you're like, what, Michelle, you just said this was fire, rest. No, but like, because she's so serene, right? It's like, calm down, go lay down, go eat, go ground yourself, go breathe, go take a walk, and then wait for Spirit to send down this download, right? It's a revelation. This Ace of Wands is just like a revelation for me. And it's right in the middle of her third eye, right? It's thought. It's new perception. It's a new consciousness download that you're about to get, right? So the advice is to go ground yourself and wait for me to deliver the message to you. All right. And then finally, as an outcome, if you're reading this card as an outcome, like, how will this job interview turn out? What's going to happen after we have this conversation? What's going to happen tomorrow? What's the outcome of all of this? I'm feeling transformation, a rebirth. Again, I would get another card. I would not just stop here. I very rarely pull just one card unless I'm pulling like oracle cards. Yeah, I'll just pull a couple so I don't get too many different messages. But the tarot for me is about a story. And so we only have part of it when we only pull one card. So as an outcome, y'all, this Knight of Cups was at the bottom of the deck when this came out, okay? So something about a message of appreciation, of I see you, of I want to show you that I value you. So as an outcome is somebody is going to come in without apology about how much they care for you. Okay, that's the outcome. Somebody wants, right, because the knights always tell us about messages, right? And cups are about emotional value, emotional expression, right? And he's ready to express himself. It could be intimately, right, because we have roses, but it could also just be a message of, I see you. I want to be here for you. How can I help you? How can I love you? So as an outcome with the Ace of Wands and Knight of Cups, I would say that this is an outcome where you are going to be recognized for all of who you are. All right. And then last but not least, reading the Ace of Wands in the reverse. So of course, as I said, reversals are all about energy being stagnant. Okay. So the Ace of Wands, there is something is obstructing you from flowing, right? If we want to, I don't know why I'm hearing this, but erectile dysfunction, right? And if you look at the wands in this deck, we talk about it's very phallic, right? People always say that about the Ace of Wands. It's like it's phallic energy, it's sexual, creative, sensual desire. So if that's in the reverse, there could be some lack of passion in the relationship. There could just be a lack of passion in your life, and you're sort of like blase blah, like kind of detached, right? So a detached, emotional detachment, detached from your passions, things not getting your fire going anymore, right? The Ace of Wands in the upright also talks about our own personal power, right? Sexual power, creative power. And so when that's in the reverse, it's like we have a hard time tapping into our personal power and expressing it, right? So then we might want to ask, how, Spirit, do I get this into flow? How do I get this energy in the upright? That's something I would probably ask myself if I'm pulling cards for myself or someone I love, to sort of, okay, well, how do we get out of this energy, right? So that is the Ace of Wands, beautiful people. You know your Aries air, your Aries and all this air energy I have in my chart. I be going fast. I be talking fast, but I hope y'all got all that. And I hope you guys are so enjoying and loving your tarot journey. Peace and blessings to you guys. I will see you on the next one. Bye.